We want to remind you now about this breaking news about Walmart. They have made an announcement. They are going to increase the starting wage for their base employee to $11 an hour. This is because of the tax overhaul, they say, as well as give bonuses of about $1,000 to many of their employees as well. So this is another company saying that in response to the tax overhaul, they're going to give out some money to their employees. But this one is not just a bonus. It's also raising the basic hourly wage for their starting employees.
So, Drew Matus, is this it? Is this like the start of the wage rally that we've been waiting to see, tax reform leading through to wages?
Well, I think it's interesting, right? You have an unemployment rate that's very close to being as low as it can get, I think. All it took was one firm to kind of announce this, and then every other firm's looking around saying, wait a second, we're competing with that other firm for employees. If they're doing something and we're not doing something, maybe we're going to lose employees, and how do we replace them?
So then how would you rank it? Is it like wages, buybacks, dividends, then CapEx? Like, how do you think that tax reform is going to play out?
I do think because of the tightness of the labor market, workers are going to benefit from this. There'll probably be a mix of all three. It really depends on the situation the firm's in, whether, the firm is, competing for labor resources, whether the firm's expanding or contracting. I do think there'll be more CapEx than people are generally giving it credit for, and that rolls back to, my view that low interest rates have actually been restraining that kind of activity. And I think as rates move higher, you'll see more CapEx.
A very interesting thing you just said is competing for the workforce, because in the Bloomberg story, actually, on the breaking Walmart thing, it says, in part, they're doing this to catch up with Target. And it's been a long time since we've heard about employers of large numbers of people having to compete for employees on wages. That's a real turnaround.
It is a turnaround, and people wondered why it was taking so long. Everything takes time. No one really is paying attention when the first couple people walk out the door. It's only when enough people walk out the door that someone in HR goes, my goodness, we've got this issue. What's the issue? And the issue usually boils down to wages.
Yeah. What's the pass-through to the consumer? Will Walmart be able to pass on higher prices to the consumer, or do their margins get hurt?
Maybe it doesn't have to be either. Maybe if they pay people more and productivity goes up, that they can actually afford to pay people more and not raise prices. I don't know the exact details of kind of how it will work. Yeah, look, if you're attracting the talent you want to attract and providing the services you want to attract, and getting the services out of your employees that you want, you can get higher levels of productivity from those employees, and that can offset, higher wages. Higher wages don't have to be inflationary.